so good to see you. My name is John. I'm a nurse here, and I'll be taking care of you tonight. I just got on shift, so I'd like to start by taking your vitals, if that's okay with you. Yeah, okay. All right. I would just like to verify your name. Okay. And your date of birth. Okay. Okay. Just starting off, can you tell me about your pain on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 being no pain at all, and 10 being the worst pain that you've ever felt in your life. Where would you say you would rate? Okay. All right. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Where do you feel your pain? Okay. And is there anywhere else? Okay. And if you would have to describe your pain, would it be constant? Would it be on and off? Is it radiating? Sharp? Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. And how are you managing that? Okay, for now. Okay. All right. Well, it's my job to try to make sure that you stay comfortable and that we help to manage your symptoms and to fix you. So we're gonna take care of you really good. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna start by just taking a reading of your oxygen saturation. So can I see your hand? Okay. All right. I'm going to place this little clip here. I'm just going to hold your hand for a moment. Okay. All right. Your oxygen saturation is 97%, which is really good. I like to see that between 95 and 100%. 97. That's a good reading. Okay. Oxygen saturation. Finger probe. Taken through the nail bed. 97%. Okay. I'm going to get your body temperature. We're going to take this orally. This has been freshly cleaned. I'm going to turn it on. Okay. And yes. Okay. Yeah. Just another moment. Okay. All right. We have you at 98.5%. was great. You did very well. Okay, so that's going to put you at a 82 pulse rate, which is great. That's a rating of 2+. That's normal. Okay. Heart rate, radial artery, 30 seconds times 2, it's 82. 2+. Okay, very good. Okay, now what I'd like to do is just count your rate of respiration. It's very important that you just continue to breathe normally, okay? Do you mind if I put my hand on your back? Okay. Like I said, I don't want you to breathe in any particular way. I just want you to breathe normal, okay? Just gonna move this way a little bit. Doing great. All right. Perfect. Okay. Respiration rate observed as normal. Observe the chest and back. Okay. All right. We are almost done, and I will stop poking and prodding at you, and we'll just chat a little bit about how you're doing, okay? The next thing that I want to do is just take your blood pressure, okay? So I'm going to take your arm here. Yes. I'm going to put this cuff on. Okay. You did great. Okay. Put that back down there. Let's see. Your blood pressure came in at 104/78. That is a perfect place. Well, there's no perfect, but that's great. That's a really good reading. Okay, blood pressure on the right arm. 104/78. Okay. That's looking really good. I'm just going to take my light and shine it into your eyes for a minute just to check your responsiveness. Okay. And up close. eyes are lovely. Oh. Okay. Great. Put that back in there. I'm just going to make a couple notes. Okay, all of the vitals look great. Check it off. Okay. Alright. So. Okay. So, let's see. I have a few more minutes before I have to get over to the next room. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Not really. Yeah. Not really feeling like talking. That's okay. If you want, I can just spend a few minutes with you. I can just hang out with you. I see that you have a book. I actually really love that book. Yeah. Yeah, I read it in high school. I was supposed to read it in high school. I think we all were. But I didn't actually read it. I was such a terrible high school student for the most part. Yeah, I know. And now I'm here. I'm a nurse. It's because when I left high school, I was able to focus on the things that were important to me, and I chose nursing as a career. And since I was passionate about caring for other people, I was able to really pour myself into it, where in school I felt like I was being forced to learn. And I think that it was part of the rebellious side of me. So I never actually read the book in high school. I got like the Cliff Notes and faked it as much as I could. Yeah. I even like skimmed the Cliff Notes. That's how bad of a student I was. I couldn't even commit to reading the Cliff Notes. But then I found the book as an adult, and I absolutely love it. Yeah. Let me see. What part are you on? The Great Gatsby. What a freaking classic. I think that the tragedy, aside from the story itself, is that Fitzgerald didn't really have any other great published work. I think that he was working on something when he passed away. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, I want to see what part you're on. Oh my goodness. That's like my favorite part. Yeah. Do you want me to read some of it to you? Okay. I will in just a second. I will read you a little bit of it. I mean, I do have to get going shortly, but I'm enjoying hanging out with you. I want you to know that even though right now you might feel bad and you might feel pain because you're here. You're not alone, okay? There are so many people out there that are in a similar situation, and there's always people like me who are willing to help, okay? So no matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of situation you find yourself in, I want you to know that you're never alone. Okay? The challenges that you face are an opportunity for growth. They're an opportunity to prove to yourself how strong you really are. I know that might seem easy for me to tell you because you're there and I'm here, and it is. But I'm not telling you that blindly because I've been there before myself, and I know what it feels like to feel alone and to feel sad. What I would ask for you to try is, when you get to these places where you're not feeling right, or when you're injured, sick, maybe when you're just sad, instead of focusing on how you feel now, I want you to try to focus on how you want to feel and who you want to be. And I want you to internalize that. You are strong and you are well. You are capable. I want you to try to focus on these positive things, even when everything seems like it's not good. There's good things to be observed, and there's good things that you can hold in your heart to bring you hope and to bring you joy. Okay? Alright, I'm going to put your chart aside. Let's see. Alright. Sorry, I know I got a little deep there for a second. That's just how I roll. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that you appreciate it. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on hope. Your dreams may seem out of reach, but you can get there. And I want you to never give up until you reach them. And then when you reach your goals, set new ones and smash them too. I want you to take care of yourself and get better. And your life will be a long time. And even though it might seem that you're behind, it's not a competition. And you can't compare yourself to other people who might have had more advantages. see in your eyes, I can see it in your soul, that you are strong and that you have overcome challenges in the past. And I know that you will in the future. I'm going to read. Okay. This part of the book. What? Okay. This is chapter 3. There was music from my neighbor's house through the summer nights. In his blue gardens, men and girls came and went, like moths around the whisperings in the champagne and the stars. At high tide in the afternoon, I watched his guests diving from the tower of his raft, or taking the sun on the hot sand of his beach, while his 2 motorboats slit the waters of the Sound, drawing aquaplanes over the cataracts of foam. On weekends, his Rolls Royce became an omnibus, bearing parties to and from the city between 9 in the morning and long past midnight, while his station wagon scampered like a brisk yellow bug to meet all trains. And on Mondays, 8 servants, including an extra gardener, toiled all day with mops, scrubbing brushes, and hammers, and garden shears, repairing the ravages of the night before. Such epic parties. Every Friday, 5 crates of oranges and lemons arrived from a fruitier in New York, and every Monday, those same oranges and lemons left his back door in a pyramid of pulpless halves. There was a machine in the kitchen which could extract the juice of 200 oranges in a half an hour, if a little button was pressed 200 times by a butler's thumb. At least once a fortnight, a corps of creators came down with several hundred feet of canvas and enough colored lights to make a Christmas tree of Gatsby's enormous garden. On buffet tables, garnished with glistening hors d'oeuvres, spiced baked hams, and crowded against salads of harlequin designs, and pastry pigs, and turkeys bewitched to a dark gold. In the hall, a bar with a real brass rail was set up, and stocked with gins and liquors, and with cordials so long forgotten that most of his female guests were too young to know one from the other. By 7 o'clock, the orchestra arrived, no thin 5-piece affair, but a whole pitful of oboes and trombones and saxophones and viols and cornets and piccolos and low and high drums. The last swimmers have come in from the beach now and are dressing upstairs. The cars from New York are parked 5 deep in the drive, and already the halls